And so Job did this just in case.
Just in case.
See, no sin had been verified yet, but just in case.
Just in case.
He did it. Gentlemen, it's kind of like Mother's Day. You know, it's kind of like Mother's Day. Mother's Day, you know, a good father, he'll go get a nice gift for mama.
Yeah.
But now, a really good father, not only is he going to break mama off with the first fruits, but he's going to go and get some gifts from the children. Yes. And it ain't going to be no crayon or something like that. No, it's going to be a real nice gift from each child. And see, the reason why you do that, what he's doing is he's showing forth the worthiness of the mother. Because mama knows that they didn't buy him, that they weren't thinking about it, but because of mother's worthiness to him. He looks and finds another way to show forth his appreciation, her worthiness, so he goes down and break off some more. And that's all Job was doing. Job was showing forth how worthy God was. That he took the extra time to just not look out for himself, but to what? Look out for it too. That's so true. And this was also showing forth his sacrifice and submission unto the Lord. And so you read that Job did this what? Continuously. Do I have a witness? Amen. Now here's the key. So now we've looked at his behavior, and now we're going to look at his blessing. So now, that was Job's behavior. And because God took notice of Job's behavior, now Job received what? Blessing. And the blessing was in two categories. The blessing was in two categories. Blessings in two categories. And the blessings that you hear about most of the time nowadays, they are of the first category, which is the tangible category, the material category, the ones that you can see, the ones that you can put your hands on. You know, we kind of can see that Job was blessed because what? He had lots of oxen. Do I have a witness? We can see that he was blessed because he had a lot of children. Do I have a witness? We can see that he was blessed. You know, folk can see. That's the first thing they say. When you get rid of your hoop then you come riding up to church in a Fleetwood Brougham Cadillac. Do I have a witness? That's the first thing they say when they see you with a fresh pair of gaiters on and with a new suit on. Do I have a witness? That's the first thing they say when they see the first lady in a new hat. Blessed.
All right.
So now, but that's not the best blessing. No. See, now Job had two categories exemplified here. See, now the other blessing that Job had was the non-material, the intangible. All right. And now the intangible blessing, that's the one you want. See, now you can have the material blessing, you can have the Cadillac parked out front, but you don't have the strength to drive it. You can have the home, but you don't have no peace in the home. You can be able to have, a double king size water bed, if you will, but lay down in it and can't go to sleep. But it's God that blesses us with those non-material blessings. And if I had to categorize them all in one, what I would call it is now what it is. And this is what we really want. This is what we really are after. And it's the reversing or the mitigation of the curse that is upon man. See, now when Adam messed up, God what? Put a curse on him. See, now he used to be able to eat for free without working, but then because of the curse, what? Now he had to earn it by the sweat of his brow. See, before the curse, him and Eve got along just fine. But after the curse, now they put something between them. They were separated. Now they were focused on one another on themselves instead of one another. And what you see here experienced by Job is a mitigation, is a blocking, is a peeling back, is a mitigation of the curse. house.
Yeah.
You say household. Household. Well, look at it there. See, what God did was God did something for Job. That where Job placed his efforts at, it worked out. The plan came together. Ain't that what you want?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you put all this time into your children, you don't want to turn around and see them, breaking the law? So you spinning your wheels. You put all this time in a relationship, and your husband and the relationship is not fruitful. You put all that time into work. And it seems like the harder you work, the more you get passed over. But that was not the case with Job. It says that Job was the greatest of all these men. That's because when Job planted crops, they grew up. Whereas in somebody else's went down. Job's oxen and Job's asses and his donkeys and everything else, they were what? They didn't get sick, but they multiplied. When his gave birth, they gave birth to strong ones. Do I have a witness?
Yes, sir.
See, now what this is in Psalm 37 verse 4, delight thyself in the Lord, and what? He will give you the desires of your heart. And that's what you want, right? But it's not, you got to delight yourself. It goes back to your behavior. So now, you don't think that Job had that? Now look at it. When's the last time you got a bunch of brothers and sisters? Job there says in verse 5 that they were able to gather together often and wasn't no fussing and fighting. Wasn't no cursing and arguing. Not only that, but Job had peace around his house. Do I have a witness here? See, you look at the verse there, it says in verse 2 there, he had posterity because he was blessed with children. In verse 3, he had possessions, right? He had all of that stuff. Then, not only in verse 3, but again, he had prominence. He was the greatest among what? But above all those things, what God gave him was peace.
All right.
Yeah. He gave him peace. You say, well, where did that come from? Well, I just told you, his children were what? Able to get together. But more importantly, look at verse 10 there. That's a conversation between, that's the end part of the conversation. God says to Satan, well, where have you been? And Satan says, I've been going what? To and fro. And he says, God says, well, have you checked out Job? So now watch this. We know that the devil is what? As a roaring lion seeking whom he can devour. He walks about, and the devil there says that he was what? Going to and fro. But now there was something. That means he could go to Pastor Gilbert's house and raise up some stuff. He can go by Sister Joanne's house and start something. He would go by Pastor Jackson's house and start something. But when he got around Minister Anthony's house, he wanted to go in and start something. He wanted to put hell in his wife. He wanted his children to act up. He wanted his boss to get ugly, but none of them would because God had a hedge.
Amen.
And that Hebrew word there for hedge is suk. It's not hedge as in like a wall, as in the other times they use hedge, but it's hedge as in a protective barrier.
Amen.
All right.
Do I have a witness?
Amen.
So now, in other words, Job had this protective barrier around him because of his behavior. And this protective barrier is one that we all want what? Around us. Do I have a witness? But now